My name is Jimmy Purdy, shop owner, master tech, transmission builder, and the host of the Gearbox Podcast. Here I talk with new and seasoned shop owners, as well as industry professionals about day-to-day operations within their own shops and all the failures and successes that come along the way. From what grinds your gears to having to shift gears in the automotive industry, this is the Gearbox Podcast. Gilbert, yep. Cool. I just met you coming up the stairs. So
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
So my name is Gilbert. I co-own, owner of Hollis Brothers Autoworks in Barrington, Illinois.
Awesome.
So we specialize in BMWs, Mercedes, mostly Europeans.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
I love it. I would choose to work on a terrible V8, V10 BMW versus any Corollas or Hondas.
Okay. So you're anti-Asian.
I'm not anti. I love them,
Okay.
but I just cannot work on them. Like, they don't make sense to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, like engineering wise,
Yeah.
they don't. Especially like the older ones too. Especially the axle V6s.
Yeah.
Like, they make no sense to me. That's why. So I grew up loving BMWs. I'm originally from Iraq, born and raised in Baghdad City.
Wow.
Yeah, I moved here in 2008. So I think that's why they wanted you to interview me. So I lived the war. I was there till 2005. So I grew up in the war zone. I was 15 years old when we left Iraq in 2005. I lived in Jordan for 4 years. In 2008, we ended up moving here, through immigration. Refugee. Being a refugee, we came here to Chicago. So I started working in every other job that we can because my parents were forced to be retired because of their age and their health. So me and my brother, we were, helping out with the house and paying bills and all that. And there was weeks I was working 80 hours a week, 40 hours overtime, stuff like that, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Seeing that back home, when I was 12 years old, before the war, I did work on cars with my dad's best friend in the summer. So I always had a love to work on cars, but I just did not know how to start because the reason why I tried to get into shops and they were not paying much because you don't have no resume. So I was forced to not, to work as a bartender in the bank, many factories. And then in 2012, I end up dating my wife right now that, she's very successful, have her own place, graduate, doing a good job. Now she's a master and she runs the department of UIC, research department for the transplant department in the hospital of UIC. So then she was telling me like why don't you start doing something that you love, like something you like, make it your career. Like, why are you working these jobs and you're getting tired? So I was like, I just don't know what to do because, I always thought I was going to be a soccer player because I was playing soccer since I was a kid, playing in professional, with ranking in teams before the war. And then in my head, that's all I was going to be. I did not focus on anything else. So she was like, well, you love cars. You work on cars. Right now, you fix your own stuff. You work on your friends, your family. Why don't you just go learn it and make it your career? So I dropped everything. I got applied I worked at NTB, National Tire and Battery. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's like Pub Boys.
Okay.
It's like Pub Boys, Firestone. They don't exist anymore. They're I forgot the company that bought them. But I worked there, so I kind of got a big pay cut because they start paying me minimum wage to be a tire tech.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then I started going to UTI. That was in end of 2012. In the beginning of 2013, I graduated. I ended up walking to over 25 dealers, different manufacturers, applying in person, talking to the service manager. But my goal was always to work for this dealership. It's called Pearlo. It's a owner, Joe Pearlo Group. They own most of luxury dealers in Chicago, downtown Chicago, and they own BMW too. So my goal was to work for that BMW. So I got hired actually by them. They hired me. So I started with them as an apprentice. And then in 9 months, they put me on the line. I thought they think that was good enough. They put me on the line to be hourly, but get dispatched to work by myself, not a team, not nobody working. I don't work under anybody. And then after not even 6 months, I was already, being a flat rate. Then they start sending me to all the master, the training through BMW North of America. Got my masters, became one of the only 4 technicians that they had in the 25 off of 25 technicians to do full, engine, timing chain rebuilding. We had a class action for valve guide seal going on one of the BMW engines. So I was one of the only 4 technicians that was able to do that.
Wow.
To do that, yeah. So it was, I was making good money, booking good hours. One of the busiest BMW dealers in the nation after the one in May, and I think in Florida somewhere. So we were the second busiest. Like we're to a point where you go on Wednesday, you get work dispatched from Monday. That's how busy it was.
Wow.
So if you're lazy, you're booking your 65 hours. That's you're like being lazy over there. But my goal was always to own my own business, no matter what it was. I was gonna get into. I always wanted to work for myself, and own my own business, not a job. So, because a lot of people, they own their job, they still work, and
That's fair. Yeah, absolutely.
exactly. So
Oh, yeah.
I always had the entrepreneur in me. Like I wanted to own my job, then, my business, and transition to where be like an absent owner.
Right.
So we came to a point where my partner, now that everybody thinks is my brother, so I call him my brother. He's older than me, the older brother I never had. So my brother, and that's why we're Hollis brothers. that's another thing that people think we're brothers. So I met him in NTB, and he moved to Pep Boys. He was working over there, but we still had contact. We started flipping cars on the side in my garage, where we got to a point where we saved $100,000, and then we were like, okay, it's a time for us to do our own thing. So after that, I started looking for existing businesses getting sold with the property, because we wanted the property. We own properties, and we don't like renting. We don't like, people owning us. We have to sign a lease and all that.
Oh yeah. It's
So-
always nice when you're the landlord.
Exactly. Me,
Yeah.
the landlord, and I can use the property in the future for leverage. Like I can pull a loan. I can do whatever I want. And put that property as a collateral, or like against a loan or something
Right.
like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's another reason. So I found Hollis Brothers in Barrington. It's been there since '73. In the same shop since '73. There were 2 brothers, graduated high school, 2 twins. They graduated high school, and then they started working in that shop. It used to be a Citgo gas station. Their brother used to rent the shop site, and then their brother moved to Florida, and they took over. Then after that, they bought the property from the owner, and then they canceled the gas station, and then they kept it. They digged everything out and everything. They made it just a shop, and then in early 2000, they grow the business. They grow the property. They made the building bigger.
I see. Yeah.
So now it used to be 3-door drive-in, just typical gas station drive-in doors, 3 bays, and then they end up adding 3 more bays. And then one of the bays they made an alignment.
Okay.
So now we have 5 bays in alignment. So I bought the property, we bought the business, obviously the assets, everything else, and we've been there since November of 22.
Nice.
And it's been only me and my partner, and then we just hired an advisor. Thank God, I discovered Changing the Industry podcast on YouTube. One of their videos come up, because all I do, even if I'm now renting, I'm watching cars YouTube, contact. Even my wife tells me, like, how do you do that? Like, how you're not sick of it? I'm like, I love it. Like, I love the satisfaction of watching people doing something, even though they're working on the same.
There's so much to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't stop learning.
And what I watch this guy he live in Germany. He works on BMWs. He restore them, and I work on BMWs. It's not like I'm watching something new. Like I know
Right.
what he's doing. But anyway, so their video popped up, and it was like they were talking about I don't know, somebody else's video. So I started watching them, and then they mentioned their Facebook group and their podcast. So I started listening to them, and I was struggling at the shop. Like, we were busy, we were having cars, but we were not making our average repair order was like less than 700. We were not making good money. We were barely paying ourselves. So I was like, you know what? Let me listen to them. I started listening to them. I went all the way back to the first episode, and then I started listening. And then I got introduced to Cecil through them, obviously in the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, mind blowing. They were talking about like 60% or average of parts GP,
Giving
all
you
that.
standards to kind of like shoot for. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So then I joined the group, and then I left I posted like, hey, I'm struggling. We're struggling with car count. We're struggling with I don't know how to figure out my parts because I never owned a business before. And then Lucas introduced me to Adam. I don't know if you know Adam.
Mm-hmm.
For the mastermind, and then I joined the mastermind, and it was like 90 degree. Like,
So one of the things I like to bring up is like the Facebook group itself is like so powerful.
Correct.
Right. The social media aspect so powerful. The institute, like, beyond powerful.
yeah,
There's a lot of information that you can get, in quote unquote free.
yeah,
And so I get a lot of kind of pushback, like, oh, why would you pay for a coach
correct.
when you have all this free information available, right? It's tough because the coaching that you get, especially with the institute, there's so much more than just like the information that you can read on your phone in a Facebook forum. You know what I mean?
The thing,
It's a great starting point, sure.
Correct.
It
That's what I
gets
was
your
gonna
mind.
say.
It's to get your mind in the right direction, but it's not the same, right?
so I'm in a point where I am. Our numbers are all dialed up. Like our average repair order, we upped it almost 300%.
Nice,
Like this week, we're average repair order is $1,800 this week.
nice.
And I did not work for 2 days, obviously, because I was here. So the reason why, in the mastermind group, they got me to a point now they cannot, there's nothing else they can give me to grow, but the coaching is different. It's altered to you. Like they will help you. Like I talked to them and I told them what I'm looking for. My goal is to grow out of the business. I don't want to I don't want to be the face. I don't want to ranch anymore. I want to just run the business and I want to grow. I want to have at least 4 shops, and that's my goal. So they introduced, I'm working with Kevin now. I don't know if you know him,
No.
one of the coaches. He was around. So my goal was to work with Cecil, but obviously he's booked. He's, everybody work with him.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get with that. But Kevin is really good. He's a guy who owned he started multiple companies from zero and then end up selling them, and that's what he does. Like he likes growing to a point where there is no more growing, and then he leaves or sells it, and then he likes to work with people to help them to grow to where they want to grow.
The MSO shops.
Correct. Yeah. So he's one of these guys, and I think we've been 2 months already. My advisor, it's also in a group, in the advisor program that they have, the training. So it's been good. It's the thing is, a lot of people, like, they feel afraid. Like, I like to take challenges. Like I was comfortable. I was making over 160 grand at the dealer. Like I left the dealer in September, and I was year to date. I was over 157. So I could have stayed over there by now. Probably I would have been making 200 grand. I'm talking about in 22 when I left.
Yeah.
So like even my family and my friends, they're like, dude, you have a good job. You love it. I didn't leave because I thought I can do it better. I hate the dealer. They doing this. I'm gonna
Just not
change
your
the
path.
industry. Yeah. I just I love it. I can go back and work over there. I would be happy to go back work, but that's not what I want. I want to be me. Like people know who we are, our business. Like, oh, this guy, like like Mike Allen, like, oh, that he owns multiple shops in Raleigh, in North Raleigh, or whatever it is, or like Lucas, or like you with the podcast. And like people want, especially in our area in Illinois. So that's another reason why I wanted to do.
I mean, that's the big push, right? And I think it's funny you say that because that's like one of the things that I think a lot of shop owners don't realize, right? Like especially if you start from like a tech. Well, you went tech to shop owner.
Correct.
But a lot of the time, it's the resentment that pulls them from being a technician to being a shop owner. For me, that was kind of my path. Like I just want to do it better. That was my thing.
Yeah,
And I didn't realize like
how hard it is.
not just how hard it was, but like how much my face was gonna have to be like in front of people, like like how many people I was gonna have to talk to, and I had a problem with that. Like I didn't like it. Like I just wanted to I just wanted to fix the cars. Put my head under the hood and do my thing. And I think getting out there and like the more exposure therapy you get to it, like it helps, and it's interesting because your path's different. Like you've that's the way you've been pushing. And I think a lot of MSO guys, and not to say in a negative way, but I think you already have it figured out. And it's like so much more clear cut. Yeah. I feel like I'm stumbling through the weeds when it comes to my shop as far as like what my vision is, what my path is. What do I want to do? Oh, I want to make more money. I want to do, obviously I want to pay the guys more. Yeah. Oh, well, I need more technicians then. Oh man, I never thought I was going to need 2 service advisors, but I got 6 techs now. So now I need 2 service advisors. Oh, now we're like, I thought 5,400 square feet was enough. Now we need more square footage. So I'm like eventually like evolving and like I'm stumbling my way through this instead of having like a clear cut vision. Yeah. So I'm impressed by your vision to like just jump forward and like know what you want to do and get into it. Because when I started the coaching program, my intro, right? Because they give you the intro and they give you the it's like it's changed. It's only been a year, but it's drastically changed because I hit sales goals that I never thought were achievable, right? Like my goal is $80,000 a month. That was like, man, if we could do $80,000 a month, I freaking made it. Yeah. Like, damn, I'm doing something good because I bought a shop that was doing $250,000 a year. Yeah. That's right? Crazy, yeah. It's like, so the thought of doing $80,000 a month was like there's no way. Mind blowing. Yeah. Dude, we hit 104 in February. I'm like, well, I guess I got to change what I thought was possible.
And February is one of the slowest months too.
Well,
for the industry,
we had an extra day this year, so
okay, exactly. That helps,
we had a leap year, so we had an extra day, but
No, the way I look at it, it's me personally. I live my life by goals. Like if you cannot set a goals for yourself, you cannot achieve. Like I can even when I achieve a goal, there's another goal is already set up for after achieving this goal. Wow. If I don't have a goal, I get lost. I get like personally, I get like depressed. I can't like focus. I'd be like like tired of my job. Like now why I'm loving doing what I'm doing, coming here and going to work, spending the time, because my goal is to buy my latest, like before I hit 45, I want to have my 4 shops. I'm 36 now. So I want in like less than 8 years, I want to have 4 shops. So that's why I'm grinding. Like if I did not have that goal, I would be like going to work lazy, like cooking rocks, like playing on my phone, because I know myself. Mm-hmm. That's how I am. Even at the dealer, like when I started, my goal was to book 60 hours. Why? Because if I book 240 hours in 4 weeks, I would get $1,000 bonus. I started doing that, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do 80 hours average, or and per week. I was there, and then I started like, okay, if I book 100 hours per week, that's an extra $500 of bonus for that week, plus the $1,000 that I get for the 4 weeks that I averaged for 240 hours. So like that, if I did not set up these goals, I would have been okay with the 60 hours per week. And it's okay. If you're that person, that's fine. But I just can't, like me personally, even my wife, like I was telling Lucas, they were asking me, like David, it was like, why can't you be just okay with one shop? I was like, it's not, I can be okay. But again, like, it will get to a point where I'll be like sick of it. Like there's nothing new for me. Like there's no excitement. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah. And my wife,
I'm just curious how the transition goes when you set the one goal and you crush that goal. How does your mind transfer to the next one and not automatically want so you know what I mean? Like, so like, how did you just not automatically, I'm going to do 100, right? Yeah. Like that's the step process that I have a problem with, because I don't want to set my expectations up too high, because you got to be realistic.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
But then once you get to that point, like that's where I have the issue, where I get kind of lazy, right? And that's like, oh, I hit my goal. And it's like, I should celebrate this, but I
Yeah.
can't, right? Like, I don't know. You seem like you have that same personality where you're not going to celebrate those
Yeah,
goals. You're just
yeah.
going to set the next one and move
Yeah.
forward. And it's like, that's a problem though.
Yeah.
Like I should be able to sit back and like, hey guys, let's go out to dinner. Like, why? Well, because we hit the sales goal I never thought I
Correct.
was going to hit, but
Correct.
we don't. I just
Yeah.
like, well, here's the next goal,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I do celebrate. Don't get me wrong. And it's when I'm saying in that talk, it sounds like I'm doing it in short period of time. And
Okay.
It takes a long time.
Okay.
It does, and then I do set up short-term goals and long-term goals. Now, my long-term goal is to have the 4 shops. Right, the 4th shop is my long-term goal.
Okay.
My short-term goal now is to get this shop where we are a 1.5, 1.6, $2 million shop.
Okay.
Right? So that's my term, because this year we can get to 1.2 easy with the numbers that we're doing if we keep up.
Right.
But what I'm struggling with is my car count. If I get my car count, 50% higher than what I have, it would be easy 1.7, per year. So that's my short-term goal. But I am working on both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But you do have the long term. You're working for you to achieve the long term goal. You have to first achieve the short term goal,
Makes sense. Yeah.
and that's how you do it. So for me, like when I was trying to get to 100 hour per week at the dealer, that was my long term goal. But at the same time, my short term goal, it was to get my next certification, to be able to get those jobs that they will get me to that 100-hour goal.
I see.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how it is. Like, and I do that with everything. And like again, my wife tells me like why can't you just be happy? Like why don't you just put because I'm the guy who put his head on the polo, and I'd be like thinking my gears, like gears turning.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, so tomorrow, next week, next month. Like I'm a dreamer. Like I dream. I have dreams when I'm awake. Like that's how I am.
Just constantly spinning.
Constantly think. Like I can't. Like I'm in the shower, driving, like thinking about my goals. Like I cannot turn it off. And I don't know if it's a OCD. I don't know what you call it. I don't know if it's turned to it. Like
Right.
I don't know. But it's been working well. It's been working well for our life. And it's the same thing with like in my relationship with my wife, with my kids. They're all like that. I don't want to make it like a business transaction. It's not. It sounds like it is, but like it's more, it helps.
Yeah, it's just looking at the bigger goal, and I think it's important to kind of circle back on that. And like when you set short-term goals, not be so like was disappointed.
Yeah. If it doesn't work.
If it doesn't work, because then it spirals out of control. Like if I didn't get this goal, now I'm never gonna get this big goal. So why even set this long-term goal?
Yeah,
right. And it's like that's the thought process.
Yeah,
right?
in the short-term goals, usually I don't set up a time. Like I don't say like, okay, in a year or next month, because anything it's life.
Right.
Something happened, you get sick, family needs you, you're gonna have to pause it at some point. So I don't get disappointed. Like if it doesn't happen what I want it to happen, I'm still working toward it.
Right.
I'm not giving up. That's what it is. That's what we need to do. And I think a lot of shop owners, that's where they get, that's when I said they own their job, because they focus on fixing the cars, turning as much as cars they can. They think that's how I'm gonna be a better business model than the other business models that I don't agree with. Correct?
Mhm.
But our goal is we have to get to a point where we are not wrenching and run the business to what we think it should be, and hire the correct people to be able to give the customers the better experience that they had from the other place that they're coming from.
Right.
So that's what we need to do, and that's how I am looking at it. But
Yeah, it's the customer. It's the client experience that's what's important.
Correct, yeah.
It's not how well you fix the vehicles, even though that's like, that's the bread and butter. You got to fix the cars.
Yeah,
you
of
get
course.
right, like you got to do that.
Yeah.
But it's the experience, and without stepping back and knowing that I shouldn't be in the bays because I don't provide the best service to employees, to
Correct.
anybody. Like
Yeah.
that's not where you should be,
Yeah,
right?
and it's taking time from you focusing on like the marketing aspect, on following up with the customer, because you're busy trying to finish this car, so you don't make this customer mad because you promised him when to finish the car. So that's another reason. But I am struggling with that. Obviously, I am running the business, doing estimates, wrenching about 20 hours a week, 30 hours sometimes, and my partner does the most wrenching. He's the tech that we have right now. But again, him too, he's a business owner and he does not want to. We are working where we do not want to work anymore as technicians.
Yeah.
We just want to own the business, hire people, and then my goal is, to pay right, vacation, give the right benefits, because
All the things that you would want.
all the exactly
if you
all
work
the
for you.
things, all the things that I believe. Like, I don't want to do the bare minimum to be legal.
Right.
Like the dealers, the other shops, like, oh yeah, you have to give them 2 weeks or 1 week after a year, and that's all we giving you, or we cannot give you like a parent leave because legally I can do that. I don't have to give you that. The wife only is gonna get 6 months, or 6 weeks or 2 weeks. So my goal is to be better. Like, I'm trying to, do, and that's how I'm trying to attract, employees, because we're trying to do better than that. Like
The benefits that
correct,
matter,
yeah, benefits,
Lifestyle
and pay 'em good,
changes.
yeah. And then that's why we are trying to get our numbers correct to get to that point, and hopefully
Right.
we'll do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You got to have the goal. I mean, if that's what the direction you want to go,
yeah.
and considering we're at Mars 2024, talk about marketing.
Exactly.
I gotta ask, how's the marketing with the Euro stuff?
So I've been struggling. I've been struggling with car counts big time. I messed up. When I started, I went with AutoLeap for my SMS. I don't
Okay.
know what SMS you use, but
Shopware.
okay. So I went with AutoLeap, and they were the idea of all in one. I did not understand how these things works. Again, I never owned the shop, so I went with them, and then the CRM is not that perfect. The getting the reviews is not that perfect. Everything else is okay, is good, but it can. I would love to have like a different like Steer or Shop Genie. Like, I cannot have those because they don't integrate with them.
I see.
So, and then I messed up again, and I went with another company, which is I should have went with Shop Marketing Pros versus it's called Hibu. I don't know if you heard of them.
No.
HIBU. They do marketing, online marketing for every business. It's not just
Oh, it's not automotive based.
No,
Okay.
and they have templates for websites, where my website, probably the design of my the template of my website, probably there's a restaurant that has the same templates of mine that they work with.
I see.
So I messed up on that, and since I have them, I've been struggling with my car count. So I don't know what they are doing wrong, where we do Google ads, we do SEOs, I believe they call them,
Yeah.
Facebook ads. But I think the reason why I came in here to talk to the people, the vendors in person, I don't want to do it like on the phones and stuff like that. So I am switching to Techmetric, and then definitely I am going with Shop Marketing Pros.
That's gonna be a game changer, man.
I have to. I like, I've been hearing nothing but.
Well, you just got to know to hold them accountable, and
Correct.
it's like they're gonna be able to show you the tools
Yeah.
to know what you need to be looking
Correct.
for, and that's what's
Correct.
important, right?
Correct.
Because you can hire anybody,
Yeah.
and they're gonna promise you everything, but unless you know what you're supposed to be watching,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and I was supposed to. I was thinking to either go with Shop Genie or Steer, but Dave and Lucas kind of gave me some advices that I'm gonna follow. They were like, you need to do your follow up yourself. You try to ask for reviews and stuff like that by yourself. Do it like do in-house CRM kind of thing to understand how that works, to be able to get the enough information of your customers.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a good customer base of information, like the emails and all that stuff. Then when you hire Steer or whatever, you will get good return on your investments. Because if you have not enough, even if you have a big customer base, but if you don't have the correct information, especially emails, then
Right. It doesn't matter, right?
it's not working. It's not gonna work. Correct. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I was like, I was like, well, that makes sense. So I'm gonna probably. And they told me like I need to join some BIMs and stuff like that, and these kind of groups where is it BIM? I think they call them BIMs.
The group, the 20 groups.
Those groups where you have different like HVAC shop.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
I forgot what they call.
So you're talking about different industry groups.
Industry groups
Right,
are there,
right.
and then you you pass referrals and stuff like that, and then you work with each other
Right.
to get people, and they're like, it's a game changer.
You ever heard of Alignable?
No, I never have.
It's alignable.com. It's an online version of that where
Okay.
you can connect with other businesses. Alignable, yeah, that's a good one because it's a networking website, and it's similar to like a social media platform, but it allows you to send out invites to people, and then it starts learning who you are and learning your connections, and it starts sending you more, and it's all different industries.
Okay.
So Alignable has been pretty
Is
big.
it this one?
That's the one, yeah.
Okay.
Alignable, yep. Yeah, it's a good tool to kind of network and like what you're talking about with the genre of different businesses.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely highly recommend.
Yeah. So
But that's what these events are for,
yeah,
man. Like
exactly. Yeah.
you got to come to Mars and
Yeah.
you got to learn like in just talking to people. It's like game changing.
I was struggling before ASTE, and I went to ASTE, and I took 2 classes of Cecil, and the B grade on the phone
Oh yeah,
changed my life. I'm telling you, changed, like, dude. I was like, as soon as I came back, I started implementing whatever he was saying. Rock star on the phone,
oh yeah.
like changing customers, like shoppers, like
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was, that, and I start, like, now that's the way he talks in that class is the way we do our, like when people are calling for shopping or trying to get an estimate on the phone, like how we can get them to come in. We implement all that, and it's been working phenomenal. So
Yeah, procedures and processes.
that I don't have, so I need to work on that too.
Yep.
So we're obviously we're 2 owners and 1 employee. So in the advisor knows I have procedure for him how to do check in a vehicle, deal with a customer from the phone call all the way to checking in the car. So that's been good, but I need to, like, sometimes I see those videos on ISAC of people like showing their shops, and I see those big boards of their procedures, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
like I'm like mind blown. I'm like, dude, like how I'm gonna get to that point? Like I need to get that.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Just one
Yeah.
every day. Just do one
Yeah,
before you know it,
yeah.
and then don't lose them. I have a problem with doing them, and then I freaking lose them, and I
Yeah.
don't know where did I save that?
Yeah,
I know I wrote a procedure for this.
Yeah, I need that. I need a employee handbook.
Oh,
need
yeah.
all of that. Like,
Yep.
yeah. It's not, I thought it was easy. Like we were getting into the business. Oh yeah, we'll do, like, I don't know how many oil changes. You'll be paying the mortgage, and we got in there. I was like, dude, it was
A little harder than you thought.
Yeah,
Little
what
bit.
we were thinking. Yeah,
But you have the realization, you have the vision and
Yeah,
the path and
yeah.
the dream. Dude, you're going to do good things.
hopefully, man. Hopefully, I'm looking forward. We're our numbers are looking really well. Again, if I have the car count, we will be able to hire rock stars, and then we'll be going,
I like it.
leading the industry. Hopefully one day.
I like it,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
This is
of
hell
course.
of a story,
I appreciate you, man. I didn't know you were here.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to listen to it, hopefully,
dude. Yeah.
and then
And one more time. One more time. Shout out to your shop.
So the name is Hollis Brothers Autoworks. You can find us at Hollis Bros Autoworks. So Autoworks. The works is spelled WERKZ.
Okay.
Hollis HOLLIS. Bros Auto Works WERKZ. Facebook, Instagram, and I have a TikTok. It's fairly.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there.
Yeah, it's under my name is Gilbert Khoshaba. So it's KHOSHAB as a boy A.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thanks
man.
again,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.